Welcome to week 7, episode 1. Okay, so last week we got to kick it off with abstract expressionism, and the last artist we learned about was Jackson Pollock, who did his drip style technique. This week we are continuing with abstract expressionism because there are a lot of abstract artists out there, and last week we only got to go over 2. The abstract expressionist artist that we're learning about today, her name is Lee Krasner, and she was born October 27th, 1908 in Brooklyn, New York, and she was actually the wife of Jackson Pollock. So yes, Lee Krasner was married to Jackson Pollock, but that did not mean that their artwork looked alike. She had a lot of different influences. The first one was post-impressionism, the second one was fauvism, and then the last one was cubism, a whole bunch of isms. Lee Krasner created artwork in different ways. She had different techniques. So sometimes she would just draw, sometimes she would create paintings, and then also sometimes she would create collages. And collages is when you take maybe a piece of paper or a drawing or a painting that you've already made and you cut it up into smaller pieces, and then you take those pieces and glue them back together to create a whole new artwork. Even though Lee Krasner had all these different techniques, they always had 2 common elements of art, and that was texture and rhythm. So in just a moment, I'm going to switch that screen and we're gonna get to look at some of artwork by Lee Krasner. Remember, at this time, if you want to pause the video, go ahead and do so. And we can practice our table talk and share out with someone nearby. Because remember, we wanna pretend like we're in the classroom. Here we go. Self-portrait of Lee Krasner. Another storm. There's a lot of texture, and I can see the rhythm that Lee Krasner has used in this painting. Mosaic. This is one of her other techniques where she took pieces of glass and ceramics and laid them into cement so they got hard. Imperative. This is one of Krasner's collages where she took a painting, cut it up into pieces, and then glued it back together to make another artwork. Noon. I see a lot of texture in this painting by Lee Krasner. All right, did you enjoy seeing some of Lee Krasner's abstract expressionist artwork? She uses a lot of different color. You can see that texture, and you can also see that rhythm in her art. All right, this brings us to the end of our video. I will see you tomorrow with a draw along video that is inspired by our abstract expressionist artist, Lee Krasner. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.